Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is specifically for those that wrote JAMB this year or those that will be preparing for JAMB. You can also watch to learn. Alright, so in this video, I'm addressing those that scored low in JAMB and really want to get admission. So if your score is not very good, but you want to gain admission this year, this video is actually for you. Alright, so some persons wrote JAMB this year and they scored low. Some persons applied for medicine, applied for pharmacy, applied for law, all those top courses, but the JAMB scores were very low. Now, one thing is for sure, if your score was actually low and you want to gain admission this year, it is possible so long as you cross the cutoff mark. As at the time of making this video, the cutoff mark is not out. The departmental cutoff marks is not yet out, and general cutoff mark is not yet out. Once it is out, I will also let you know on this channel. But for now, if you cross the cutoff mark, you can actually get admission. Just like I said from the beginning, this video is actually for those that scored low in JAMB and really want to get admission. Alright? Those of you that scored high in JAMB, there are some things that you can do and you not still get admission with your high score. But this particular video is for those that scored low. If you scored high, you can still watch to gain. Alright, so now if your score is low, let's say you scored less than 200 or you scored less than 250 and you applied for a competitive course like medicine, like pharmacy, like nursing, like law, and any of those competitive courses, and you really need to get admission, one common mistake most persons make is they know their score is low, first of all, but with their low score, they just allow JAMB to do their thing. No, you don't do that. That's one cause, one leading cause why some persons don't get admission. If you really want admission that year, this year, and your score is low, and maybe you are not desperate to get your medicine, to get your pharmacy, you just want admission, you just want to get into the university, all you have to do is do change of course. Very important. If you allow JAMB to throw you to anywhere, they might throw you to a department where you don't like, or you might not even be given admission that year. Personally, the first JAMB I wrote, I was not given admission, but those that scored less than my score, they gained admission because they did change of course. You get? So if you really need admission and your score is low, do change of course to a closely related course. Now, another mistake most persons make is their score is low, they want to do change of course, they now change from medicine to pharmacy. What's the difference? Pharmacy is equally a very competitive course. Nursing is a competitive course. So if you are doing change of course on medicine, you don't do change of course on medicine to pharmacy if your score is low, because they are competitive courses. Now, if you apply for medicine, apply for law, apply for all these competitive courses, and your score is low, step down, do change of course. But if you really want to study that medicine, then allow JAMB to do that thing. Then maybe you prepare for JAMB next time, you prepare better. Do you understand what I mean? Alright, so if you apply for medicine and let's say you score something like 200, there is no way you'll be given admission to study medicine with 200. In this video, I'll be very honest. I'll be very blunt with you. You score 200, in fact, anything less than 250. In fact, those that score 250, you have a very heavy fight to fight in your post-UTME for you to be given medicine. So my advice to you is, if your score is from 240 down, do change of course. If you really want admission, do change of course. You can, for those of you that apply for medicine, pharmacy, nursing, and you scored say 230 down, all I would advise you to do, you can do change of course to human physiology. Human physiology is closely related to pharmacy also. You learn with pharmacy students too. You can also switch to human anatomy. You can switch to microbiology. You can switch to biochemistry. Those courses are closely related to. You can switch to med lab. Med lab is a very lucrative course now. So you can switch to those courses. If you score 240 and above or 250 and above and you want medicine, all you have to do is fight for your post-UTME. If your school writes post-UTME, University these days, they value their post-UTME more than JAMB. That's the truth. That is why if you scored high, you still have battle to fight, because I've seen someone that scored 300 and I think 310 in JAMB. He applied for medicine in 2018. He scored 310. He applied for medicine, but he was not given medicine. You know why? His post-UTME score was low. He scored, I think, 180 something in post-UTME. He was not given medicine with 310 in JAMB. So you see, it does not end in JAMB. Don't say you scored very high in JAMB and you now relax. You have something to do. Your post-UTME, some persons, they wait until they start selling post-UTME form before they start studying. Why? Why will you do that? So once you've seen your JAMB score, start studying for your post-UTME. Don't wait until you register for post-UTME before you start preparing for post-UTME. Start preparing. If your score is a little low and you are going for a competitive course, you can use post-UTME to cover up. Somebody that scored 240 in JAMB can get medicine, and somebody that scored 350 in JAMB may not get. You know why? Post-UTME. So your post-UTME, target 300 plus in post-UTME. If you target 300 plus, let's say if you have 240 in JAMB, that is relatively low for the course. And now your course, your post-UTME, you scored over 300, your chances of admission is very high. So no matter your score, whether you have a high JAMB score or a low JAMB score, all you have to do now is to start preparing for your post-UTME. Start preparing for your post-UTME. Study for your post-UTME. And when you're preparing for JAMB, I dropped videos on JAMB. I was teaching some topics that are most repeated in JAMB, and I'll be starting your post-UTME preparation. So I'll be dropping topics. I'll be teaching some topics that you always see in your post-UTME, regardless of your school. Most schools, they have similar post-UTME questions. There are some schools that are not using post-UTME for grading. Some schools, they use your JAMB score and your WAEC results. You understand? So I'll be dropping videos on topics that are most repeated in your post-UTME, so that you get yourself prepared and you score over 300 and you get your admission. So for those of you that scored very low, less than 200 or slightly above 200, and you apply for a very competitive course, please go and do change of course if you want to be admitted. So right from time to time, I will be dropping videos that will help you until you gain your admission. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button and subscribe, so that you will be getting information and the right steps to follow. If you've not joined my WhatsApp group that I guide students on how to gain admission, I will leave the link of the WhatsApp group in the description of this video. It is totally free. Please don't pay anybody online telling you they will give you admission help and the rest. They will scam you of your money. So please don't pay anybody online for admission help. Read your book and you gain your admission. Read your book, pray, you gain your admission. If you've not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button, like this video, and in hope, in faith, drop in the comment section, I will be admitted this year. That is if you really want to be admitted. In faith, drop in the comment section, I will be admitted this year. I will see you in my next video. The next video, I will start teaching. So no matter the course you're applying for, I'll be teaching, I'll be preparing you for your post-UTME. So you see how post-UTME questions look like and the cheats on how to score over 300 in post-UTME. Till then, see you in my next video. My name is Excellence Simplified.